What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're having a look at the secondary legend, debuting next to the Galaxy Impact Garb, the fist to save his protege. And this was a bit of a weird one, because I was fully expecting these characters to be the dedicated rare recruits of the batch, but Prince GRUS, Kujaku, and Hibari are going to be dedicated Sugofest exclusive character with Garp. So of course this whole batch is going to be dedicated where you have like Garp as your captain, and this character is likely going to be dedicated to being a crewmate under Garp. We'll see though, this character probably has a decent captain with a super class or a super type or something. So let's go ahead and break this one down. Let's see the key points here. Special reduces reduce damage over a certain amount. So this is reduces damage threshold of the effect by 90%. Plus, if certain conditions are met, their captain ability, their own, and the crew's special chart. Okay, this article is so poorly worded. What the hell is going on? This character is int, striker, and okay. The reason why I'm so puzzled about this, I kind of get it, but look, Garb's captain ability, Fighter and Free Spirit get the buff. It does boost all other characters' attack, and yes, I do know that his special ability does have the potential to change everyone into a fighter class for one turn. But what the hell? That's just weird. Okay, let's have a look. Captain ability. Reduces crew special charge time by 1. Boosts crew's attack by approximately 5.75 if a fighter, slasher, striker, and a shooter class are all on the crew. Fine. Going back to V1 Blackbeard vibes. 1.25 health. In recovery slots are matching. If a fighter, slasher, striker, shooter uses a special, reduces this character's special charge time by 3 turns. You can activate this up to 8 times, maximum 4 times in 1 turn. That's a good captain ability, solid. As long as the special is good and makes sense, this could be very good. But the captain ability does not do that much. It really doesn't. This character, I don't get it. This character is a super type int when Garp is a super class. This makes 0 sense to me. Alright, the super type effect reduces the top row cooldown by 2, applies set target status to all enemies for 1 turn. Oh, that's good. It doesn't go through full immunity though. Oh, well, it says it cannot be affected by immunity to status effects. Okay, don't worry about what I just said. Fighter, slasher, striker, and shooter characters deal 1.75 extra damage and give them minus 2 turns of cooldown every if they kill them. So, what this basically means is this super type effect is basically 1.75 times increased damage taken for fighter, slasher, striker, shooter. That is actually really good. Okay, that's actually pretty solid. I was pretty like upset at the fact that this character doesn't have a lot of good synergy with Garp, but this is a very good effect. That's very good. All right, sure. Let's go ahead and move on to the special. Reduces all enemies damage threshold by 90%. This is fine. I would have just preferred it just to say remove all turns of damage threshold, period. I think would have made more sense, but fine. 200 times their attack and int damage to all enemies at the end of the turn for 3 turns. Okay, that's good. Getting around resilience. Reduces crew's converted healing to damage and converted healing effects of recovery and similar slots by 4 turns. 4 turns is a bit of an odd turn amount removal. These types of debuffs are very uncommon in the first place. Removing them by 4 turns is strange. This probably should have been like 10 turns, to be honest. Fighter, slasher, striker, shooter get 2.75 times attack for 1 turn. Okay, that's fine. Changes crew's block slots and type slots into recovery. Okay, that's also pretty good. Applies a minus 10% fighter, slasher, striker, shooter resistance for 1 turn. That's fine, just a little bit of bonus damage. If the crew's end of turn HP healing status has 5 or more turns remaining when the special is launched, and an int or side type character is set as a support, or no support character is set, reduces special charge time by 12 turns. Wow, that's okay. So, okay. Let's just break down this first sentence, okay? So, if your end of turn healing is 5 or more turns, and you have either no support or an int or side support, this character gets minus 12 turns of cooldown. I would hope this character's cooldown is 12 turns, so you could potentially get a double special. That would be kind of cool. Then, it says that if you have a strength, dex, or quick character set as a support, bottom row character special charge time by 4 turns. Special charge time reduction effect of Navy HQ Top Secret Special Force Sword can be activated up to 1 time, including any specials with similar effect. Reduction effect of this can be activated up to 1 time. Okay. After that, heals the crew by 9292 HP at the end of the turn for 7 turns. Okay, well, that's interesting. So, very weird. This character is very, very strange. I feel like this character is just kind of like a puzzle piece, and like there's going to be some certain instances where this character can just do like 2 or 3 things at once for one specific piece of content. You inject this character in and boom, it's super useful. Potentially getting a double special launch would be really cool to remove this by like 8 turns, especially when you've got a lot of these end of turn healing effects with this batch. This effect may become very, very useful, and I would be shocked if this effect is not going to come into play in the next 2 or 3 pieces of content that drop, right? This is going to be very nice to have. This effect is very strange. I think personally this should just be straight up remove the threshold completely, considering we have characters already, very old characters, that already have abilities that straight up remove blue shield, rainbow shield, or threshold completely. There are characters that already do that, and they are Sugofest exclusives, not even Super Sugofest exclusives. So the fact this character just does a 90% reduction, yes, more often than not this is going to be fine. A little bit of a weird one anyway. The 10% resistance down is a little bit weird. Like 10% is, it's a very minor damage increase, but if you can potentially get a double special launch, 20% is definitely a lot better. Definitely very, very good. Attack boost, matching slots, and then this effect is like bizarre as all hell. So if you've already got end of turn healing effects when you launch the special, and then you've got the certain colored support, the 12 turns of cooldown is good. If you've got a strength X quick support, then bottom row characters get -4 turns. This could be very, actually, what are the crewmate abilities? Adds an additional 300 HP when you tame a recovery slot, and then makes a fighter, slasher, striker, shooter in recovery and matching. Tapping on this character with a recovery slot will boost crew's chance of landing recoveries. Ooh, that's actually really good. I like that. That's really unique. And character's recovery slot is carried over when you hit a perfect. So you can loop this. Really, really cool. One thing that I am a little bit annoyed about is this character does have a potential effect to give -4 turns of cooldown to the bottom row. But this character does not have the ability to resist special reverse in their crewmate ability, which I think is a huge missed opportunity. Not a fan of that. Okay. This is a very weird character. Like, the abilities are definitely worthy of it being a Sugofest exclusive, but odd character choice and very strange abilities. Okay. Let's move on to the support. Once per quest, if the supported character uses a special, extends the duration of crew's end of turn HP healing effects by 1, changes right column slots. Okay. So this is meant to be used for GARP, pretty much. The Rumble special. Let's have a look at the Rumble stuff. So remember, this character is Int, Striker, and Shooter. So keep that in mind in terms of how you're going to use this character in Rumble. So the Rumble ability, Striker and Shooters get HP and attack 6. Okay, I'm loving the Shooter support. Let's see. If Garp, Kobe, Helmeppo, or Drake are on the team, defense 5, self HP 10, speed 10. I will admit that if you're running a shooter team, you're probably not running these characters, so this is a bit of a strange one. I don't really get it. Let's look at the Rumble special. 27 is good. Striker and Shooters get a shield. That's good. 3 high attack enemies for 100% chance of half attack. Okay. Target 3 high speed enemies for 80% chance of confusion. Oh, that's actually really good. If Garb, Kobe, Helmeppo, or Drake are on the team, targets 3 enemies, or 3 teammates with low HP for a shield level 5. I was getting excited because this was more shooter support, but like, I'm gonna be real here. If you're running a shooter team, you're not using this. You're just not using this on a shooter team because it doesn't do any damage. Shooter characters need damage. That's one of the big drawbacks with shooters and using them in Rumble is that they are terrible at dealing damage. And this does not help. It really doesn't. Yes, it can help you tank and it can help you survive longer, but it's not. Like, remember, this is taking up a legend spot on your crew. A 55 cost, right? If this was a 20 cost unit, this unit would be absolutely insane. But for a 55 cost, definitely not a big fan of that one, honestly. Let's have a look at the Grand Party stuff. The leader skill for Int, and then Striker Shooter get some buffs. Target 1 high speed enemy for 100% chance of action bind and speed down. 1 high attack enemy for special bind and attack down. Activates Provoke on a high defense enemy, and then give them defense down. That's really weird. Target 1 teammate with low special CT for... Okay, you're not using this character in Grand Party. This character is just... Okay, look, this is definitely the consolation prize of the batch. I just don't really see how this character is going to be that good. I think there could be some potential for this to actually be good. because set target status is just free 1.75 damage. It can be stacked on top of whatever else you're doing. So there may be scenarios where if you have a way to switch this character into the captain, or have this character be your captain at the start of the quest, and then switch another character into the captain spot, that could actually be good. And I suppose this actually could work, right? Because you have the fact that this character is a striker. And of course, we had the Versus Law that came out recently, who was striker focused and had the ability that said that if you had a full team of strikers, when you use Law Special, the character in the middle right position becomes your captain for like 1 or 2 turns or whatever it was, and then gives them 20 turns of cooldown. So I think that may be the use case for this character, and that could be really good, right? Because we were talking about how that Versus Law character could actually be good in a super boss sense if Striker received a bit more support. Obviously, we got characters like the Law and the dual Yamato with the massive final tap. This is a new character that could be used in that scenario, having this character be the captain and then use Law Special to switch another character into the captain spot, but by using this this effect of the super type could be very, very powerful. The only real issue is we don't know the condition for this character's abilities yet. However, I believe the tweet should have just gone out, so let's go ahead and find that. Okay, one thing that I just noticed as well with the tweet that they put out is that this character does have cooldown reduction at the start of the quest and does have barrier pierce, so potential abilities looking very, very good for this unit, so I absolutely love that. So we wanted to go ahead and check the effects and the conditions here. So the support effect attaches to, yeah, the characters that we kind of expected. And the super type, if any of the following characters are on the crew, Garp, Kobe, Helmeppo, and Drake. So unless if we get a very good striker character for Garp, Kobe, Helmeppo, or Drake, I really am not expecting this character to see play in a super boss sense. But if we get a good, powerful striker of one of those characters to activate this super type condition, then we're talking, right? Because this set target status is going to be really, really powerful. Also, the sprite for this character looks really good, so I love that. But unfortunately, I just don't think this character is that great. I mean, the fact that this Grand Party burst skill, where is it? The Grand Party burst skill can be used after you receive damage 10 times, which is incredibly easy to do because every normal attack counts as receiving damage, and you can launch it 3 times. So it's not hard to do. It's just the effect is just not that great. So that's the breakdown of Prince, GRUS KUJAKU, and Hibari. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this one down below in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.